We are now live. Good evening everyone. Magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. Welcome sa another Let Review session natin. This is episode 11 ng General Education. Available po yung mga previous episodes sa YouTube channel na Study with Reg. Kindly follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ayan, sige. So, ngayong gabi, we'll have Gen Ed po. Episode 11 na po ito. Welcome po kayong lahat dito. You may mention your friends. You may tag them. And please share our live as well sa Facebook page para ma-notify din po yung iba niyong friends, yung mga kakilala ninyo na magte-take ng let, para makapag-review na din po sila. Episode 11 tayo, teachers. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sige, without further ado, let us start po sa first question. The Analects, a collection of short, witty sayings on morality and human relations, are attributed to A. Confucius, B. Mao Zedong, C. Mencius, or D. Lao Tzu. Analects. Good evening din po everyone. Good evening teacher. Sa mga nag-message, nag-comment ng good evening. Magandang gabi din po sa inyo. A special mention kay Ma'am Aliyah. Dati nanunood lang kay Ma'am Reg, LPT na now. Ang galing. Congrats teacher. Number 1, ang galing. Letter A, Kung Fu Tzu. Or, sino si Kung Fu Tzu? Sige nga, i-comment nyo ano yung name ni Kung Fu Tzu. Kilala siya. Mas kilala siya bilang si Confucius. Alright, Confucius, Confucius, siya lang po yan, the Analects. Okay, it is often attributed kay Confucius. It's a collection of short, witty sayings on morality and human relations. Next, number 2, which of the following officials belong to a different branch of the government? Which of the following officials belong to a different branch of the government? Is it the cabinet secretary, the congressman, president, or vice president? Of course, we have 3 branches na of the government. Asan daw po dito ang add one out, no? Hindi po na belong sa same branch. Number 2, your answers po. Ayan, may nakikita na akong sagot. Sabi dito may nag-letter B. Tama kaya? May nag-letter A. Tama kaya ito? Ano ba ang tamang sagot? This is actually letter B. Congressman po ang correct answer. Bakit? Yung cabinet secretary, anong branch ito? Executive. Ang president, executive. Ang vice president, executive din. Ang congressman, sa legislative na branch. We have here the 3 branches. Ang legislative, ang tagagawa ng batas, makes laws for the country, approves the national budget, conducts investigations in aid of legislation. Ang mga senators, House of Representatives, nandyan ang congressmen and congresswomen. That is why siya ang naiiba dyan, ang letter B, kasi sa legislative branch po siya. Sa executive naman, taga-enforce ng mga batas, enforces and implements, administers government programs and services, manages national affairs and foreign relations. That includes the president, the vice president, cabinet secretaries, and other mga executive officials. That includes the mayor ng cities, no, na barangay captain, kasali din po dito sa executive branch. Ang judicial branch taga-interpret ng batas, interprets laws and the constitution natin, settles disputes and cases, ensures that laws are applied fairly and justly. That includes the Supreme Court justices, Court of Appeal judges, Sandigan Bayan judges, and many other pa na lower courts, no? Mga korte-korte, dito yan sa judicial branch or sa judiciary. Okay? Next, number 3. He ran for the bus and blank on. A. Had jump. B. Jump. C. Jumps. D. Jumped. Ano ang correct verb? He ran for the bus and blank on. This is letter D. O, past tense na po. He ran. Tapos na. Jumped on. Past tense. Very good. Number 4. Neither F. Scott Fitzgerald nor his contemporaries blank their real names in their writing career. A. Use. B. Uses. C. Using. Or D. Has used. Neither F. Scott Fitzgerald, the author of The Great Gatsby, no, nor his contemporaries blank their real names in their writing career. Number 4, ano po sagot ninyo? Lagyan nyo po ng number ang inyong comments, then the letter of your choice. Number 4, this is letter A. Use. Use lamang po. Ano yung subject, no? Is joined by neither nor. So the verb agrees with the subject closest to it. And we have here our subject 1, the F. Scott Fitzgerald, singular lang siya, di ba? But we will go to the nearest or to the closest subject. And ang nearest na subject natin, his contemporaries. 'Di ba? Contemporaries, marami. Plural. Hindi naman po contemporary, no? Contemporaries, plural. Since contemporaries po ay plural, so ang gagamitin natin ay use. Plural din po, no? Use. Okay? Pag meron po na itong neither nor, the verb agrees with the subject that is closest. Tingnan mo dito ang gilid ng nasa blank, no, na this one. So you will look at the nearest na subject. Sabi dito contemporaries, and that is plural. So we will use letter A. Ayan, nagkagulo-gulo ang taong bayan. Iba-iba ang sagot. Marami ang nag-B, marami din po ang nag-A. Divided kayo. Next, number 5. Okay, mahaba siya. I am a retired public school teacher. As a teacher, I was branded, blah, blah, blah. Pag retired public school teacher, ang isagot natin, cleanliness. Kasi babasahin mo to, it's about cleanliness of the body, for the health, inspected their teeth, nails, footwear. O naalala ko dati, itong pag-inspect ng nails, may teacher ako dati sa elementary na regularly nagche-check siya sa mga nails namin. Tapos 'pag merong kaming estudyante na mahaba ang kuko, pinapalo ng stick, gano'n. Okey lang naman 'yun dati 'no, pero ngayon hindi na 'yan puwede ha. Tapos, ano niya, pinapa-shorten niya yung mga nails. So gano'n yung teacher namin. Footwear, pero ano 'yun 'no, isa siya sa mga role models ko. Si yung teacher namin nung elementary. Footwear, handkerchief, clothes, ears, noses, and hair, lahat ng yan, cleanliness. Next, number 6. Some preachers make the blank that the end of the world is near. Number 6, what is your answer? Very good. Letter B, prophecy. Some preachers make the prophecy, prediction, no? A noun referring to a prediction about the future. Ano mangyayari sa future? That's the prophecy. It's a prediction about the future. Proposal means a plan or suggestion. Pag prophetic, that is an adjective, no? Ang prophet ay noun, refers to a person who delivers a prophecy. So, yung prophet, siya yung magde-deliver ng prophecy. Number 7, several factors must be carefully evaluated in order to make a sound blank. A, query. B, change. C, decision. D, problem. That is letter C, decision. Several factors must be carefully evaluated in order to make a sound decision. Bago ka mag-decide, mayroon kang mga factors na dapat i-consider. Ganon din po ang pagsagot mo sa mga tanong sa board exam. Bago ka mag-decide na mag-shade dyan kung ano yung pipiliin mong option, isipin mong mabuti, yan ba ang hinahanap sa tanong? Yan ba ang ating um, gusto nating matumpak talaga, no? Yan ba talaga yung nasa tanong? O yan. So that is the decision mo. Hindi basta-basta. Kailangan pag-isipan mong mabuti. Several factors. Next, number 8. The statement, if you want the moon, I will get it for you. Char. This is an example po of which figure of speech? If you want the moon, I will get it for you. That is that is exaggeration or hyperbole, pagmamalabis. 'Di ba, hindi mo naman makukuha yung muna yan. That is just exaggeration, hyperbole, pagmamalabis. Number 9, what is the beneficial effect of scientific development on medicine? Medicine. Is it A, access to recreation, B, access to knowledge source, C, increased crop yields, or D, control of disease? O, very obvious. Look at the options. Asan ba dyan ang may kinalaman sa field ng medicine? Letter D, control of disease. Now, tandaan po ninyo itong importance of scientific development, no? To develop new technologies. Remember, pag technology, yung technology, tandaan natin, that is application of science. Pag tinanong po saan sa options ang nagre-refer kung ano ang technology, hanapin mo yung application ng scientific principles or simply application of science. So, ang purpose, no, ang importance ng scientific development to develop new technologies, solve practical problems, make informed decisions. Pag sa medicine, that is control of diseases. Let us be informed. Especially ngayon, yung vaccine, no, yung bakuna. Napaka-trending niya ngayon, no, yung bakuna para sa mga bata. So, kailangan po nating mag-research, kailangan po nating alamin. Pwede naman po magtanong, no, sa mga health practitioners or sa mga doctors or nurses. Pwede naman, may right naman po tayong magtanong. Education, access to knowledge source. Agriculture, increased crop yields. Pag transportation naman for greater mobility. So ito po pagatandaan natin. Number 10, since most organisms consume more than one type of plant or animal or both, the transfer of matter and energy becomes interconnected in the consume more than one type man. More than one, that is food web. Nakalagay din dito, interconnected. Pag interrelated, intertwined, interconnected, food web ang isagot natin. Kailan po ba isasagot ang food chain, ma'am? Kapag single, linear, yung feeding mechanism. Hindi po sinasabi na more than one type ang kinakain ng isang organism. Food chain lang yan. 'Di ba? 'Pag food web na complex na po siya 'no, ang food chain simple lamang. Ito halimbawa, pag food chain shows the feeding relationship between organisms in a habitat. Nandiyan si corn, siya yung producer, si grasshopper, kumain siya ng corn, siya yung primary consumer, si grasshopper. Si grasshopper, kakainin siya ng lizard, that makes lizard the secondary consumer. And then tertiary consumer naman si snake. This is a simple food chain. Look at the food web. As you can see, marami ng organisms involved kasi yung isang organism marami po ang kinakain niya or yung isang organism marami ang kumakain sa kanya. So intertwined, interrelated, interconnected, that is food web. Next, number 11. What is the molecule that allows plants to capture energy from sunlight? Bakit nagkakaroon ng photosynthesis? Dahil sa molecule na ito. Because it allows plants to capture the energy na makukuha po sa sunlight. Anong specific molecule iyan? That is letter C, correct. Chlorophyll. The chlorophyll, 'di ba, that is known as the green pigment na meron sa chloroplast. Pag specific yung tanong na ano yung organelle na kung saan ang site ng photosynthesis nangyayari, we will answer chloroplast. That's the organelle. O pagtanong naman po, ano yung organ ng tanim, no, ano yung organ ng plant kung saan nangyayari ang photosynthesis? Sagot, leaves, no, sa dahon. Sa mga plant cells, ayan, no, nasa dahon, nandyan si chloroplast, nandyan yung thylakoid, no, and dyan po matatagpuan yung ating chlorophyll ng mga plants na green pigment. Green pigment chlorophyll. It capture the energy from sunlight. Itong ATP na letter B, this is adenosine triphosphate. This is the energy currency of the cell. Pag tinanong ano yung energy currency of the cell, ang sagot, ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Ano naman po ang waste product ng photosynthesis? Waste product ng photosynthesis, we have oxygen. Pag waste product, okay? Pero ano yung mga products of photosynthesis? Sagot natin, glucose and oxygen. Pero pag specific on the waste product, we will answer oxygen. Number 12. An ant colony stores food, defends itself, and raids other colonies for larvae to use as workers. What term best describes how this species survives and functions in its environment? Pag ant colony, makita mo to, nagsusstore siya ng pagkain, dinilipensahan niya yung sarili niya, nagre-raid sila ng ibang colonies. That is the ecological niche. Ano ba yung niche na yan? That is referring to the role. The role niya sa ecosystem. Pagtanong po, role ng isang species or ng isang organism sa kanyang environment or sa kanyang ecosystem, kapag role, that is the niche. Ano ang kaibahan nito sa habitat? Ang habitat, isipin mo, that's the address of the organism. Diyan mo siya matatagpuan. Diyan po siya yung ideal environment para siya makasurvive. Kasi diyan yung temperature sakto lang, yung mga pagkain niya ay makikita niya lang sa paligid niya. That is the habitat, the ideal environment where the organism thrives. Pag role niya po sa ecosystem, yan ay niche already. And pag sinabing niche, that includes the behavior niya, 'di ba, yung ant colony, ano ginagawa nila, nagso-store sila ng pagkain, dinidepensahan nila yung sarili nila, nire-raid din nila yung ibang ant colonies, tapos yung mga larvae nila, kinukuha nila, ginagamit nilang workers. So, ganun sila, no, yung mga ants. So, that is their ecological niche. Next. Alright, so before that, no, I want you to comment LPT soon. And do not forget, no, balikan niyo po itong YouTube channel. Ito ngayon, nasa Facebook page tayo. Balikan niyo po ito soon pag LPT na kayo. Wag na wag niyo pong kalimutan, no? And then, i-share niyo din Soon, very, very soon sa mga magte-take din ng board exam na kilala ninyo, alright? Manifesting, magiging licensed professional teacher ka this year, 'no? Sa mga magte-take this year, magiging licensed professional teacher ka, maniwala ka po. Do not lose hope. Number 13, what does the concept of presumption of innocence mean within the context of human rights? Presumption of innocence. Ano po ibig sabihin yan? What is number 13? Your answer po? Ayan, may nakikita na akong mga sagot. Letter A, that is correct. A person is considered innocent until proven guilty. And that also explains kung bakit may mga nakikita tayong mga pinopost online na suspect tapos tinatakpan yung mukha. O tapos ang daming nagagalit, bakit tinatakpan pa yung mukha? Ganito kasi yan, no? Mayroon tayong tamang proseso. So, a person is considered innocent until proven guilty. Next, number 14. During the Second World War, the Japanese were initially successful during the Americans and the top of Filipino leadership out of the country, who announced the promise of the Americans to return to the islands. Second World War po ito. World War II, no? The Japanese were initially successful, driving the Americans and the top Filipino leadership out of the country. Oh, top Filipino leaders, yan. Who announced the promise of the Americans to return to the Philippine Islands. Sino yung nagsabi ng, I shall return. Babalik. Sana all binabalikan. Okay, number 14. Divided kayo. May nag-B. Marami din ang nag-letter C. Hala. Sino ba na MacArthur? Si Douglas ba or si Arthur? Bakit divided ang taong bayan? Teachers, tandaan, I shall return, Douglas MacArthur. Hindi po si Arthur MacArthur. Pag I shall return, Douglas MacArthur. Number 15, the benevolent assimilation is a document detailing American intention to stay in the Philippines, exercising its sovereignty over the archipelago. Which American president issued this document? Benevolent assimilation. This is President William McKinley. Kapag benevolent assimilation, William McKinley. Letter A. 16. Which of the following events was the first to happen? A. Independence of the Philippines from the U.S. was granted. B. Japan invaded the Philippine Islands. First to happen, ha? C. The Commonwealth was promulgated. D. American forces landed in Palo Leyte after evacuating the country. Ayan na. Divided na din sila. May nag-A, may nag-B, may nag-D. Naku, naku, naku. Oh, may nag-C na din. Sige, kumpleto na. Kumpleto na ang mga pinagpipilian. A, B, C, D. Yan, meron na. The first to happen ay letter C. Sa mga letter C dyan, tumpak po kayo. Tama, the Commonwealth was promulgated 1935. Oh, ano naman tong taon yung ibang nasa options? Ang Japan invaded the Philippine Islands 1941, no? After the attack sa Pearl Harbor, 1941. Eto naman, 1944. American forces landed in Palo Leyte after evacuating the country. 1944 yan nangyari. And yung independence of the Philippines from the US was granted 1946. Therefore, ang pinakaunang nangyari, ang Commonwealth was promulgated 1935. Ayan, ang daming naligwak. Sige, ang importante natuto kayo. Number 17, which of the following events was the first to happen? O, same pa rin na tanong, first to happen pa rin. Letter A, independence was declared from Spain. B, the Treaty of Paris was signed. C, Antonio Luna was assassinated. Or D, Emilio Aguinaldo was captured. Number 17, this is letter A. Letter A, tama po, letter A, independence was declared from Spain June 12, 1898. June 12, 1898. Ang Treaty of Paris, okay, it was signed December 10, 1898. So, nauna pa rin ang June 12, 1898. Kasi ang Treaty of Paris, it was signed December 10, 1898. The treaty concluded the Spanish-American War, officially ceding the Philippines from Spain to the United States. So, hindi na po ang Spain ang namahala sa atin, but ang Americans na. December 10, 1898. Now, Antonio Luna was assassinated June 5, 1899. June 5, 1899, the Filipino general and military strategist was killed by fellow Filipino soldiers. Si Emilio Aguinaldo naman was captured. General Frederick Funston led the American forces that captured President Aguinaldo in Palanan, Isabela. So, sa huli na to siya. Hindi pala nalagyan dito ng taon. Anyway, nauna pa rin itong independence. Because it was Emilio Aguinaldo, sa Kawit Cavite, no? Siya yung pangulo doon, declaring this one. The Philippine independence, June 12, 1898. Next, number 18, a constitutional convention started in 1970 to revise the 1935 Constitution. Which former president was the first to be elected president of the Constitutional Convention? Sinong dating Pangulo ng Pilipinas who was the first to be elected president of the Constitutional Convention? So, nag-umpisa ang Constitutional Convention in 1970. Ano ang purpose? To revise the 1935 Constitution. That's Commonwealth, right? Sino ang Pangulo that time? That's letter C. Si Carlos Garcia po. Si Carlos Garcia. President Carlos Garcia, the bard from Bohol. He became the full-time president or 8th president of the Philippines with a landslide win in the national elections of November 12, 1957. 'Di ba si si President Magsaysay hindi nakatapos ng kanyang termino 'no, dahil sa sudden death niya, dahil sa plane crash. So, pumalit sa kanya 'no, he assumed presidency on March 18, 1957, si Carlos P. Garcia. And then he became the full-time president na, the 8th president of the Philippines noong November 12, 1957. Ayan. By the way, no, do not forget to send your love and support to our channel by leaving a comment. Kindly leave a comment po, no? I would appreciate your comments as well. It would help me also to continue doing this, mga live sessions for you to watch sa YouTube as well and our Facebook page. Okay, let's proceed to number 19. Natawa sabi ni Ma'am Ana 'no, yung nangongopya ka na pero mali pa. Yan kasi kung ano yung sagot ng nauna, yun din ang isagot ng iba. Yan yung pattern niyo ha, yan na yung pattern niyo. Number 19, which of the following has the sole responsibility to propose money bills or bills that pertain to taxation or government spending? Nineteen, this is letter D, the House of Representatives. Alright, correct, no? Letter D. Tama po ang mga sumagot ng letter D. Nabudol ang mga sumagot ng letter B sa Secretary of Budget and Management. House of Representatives po ito. That's the lower house. Article 6, Section 24 of the 1987 Constitution. That's the legislative, no? 1987 Constitution states that all appropriation, revenue, or tariff bills must originate exclusively in the House of Representatives. Mga congressmen, congresswomen. Number 20, which of the following is considered as a deprivation of life without due process? Deprivation of life without due process. This is what we call salvaging. Okay? Sa Philippine context, ang salvaging, that is killing, no, without due process. Iba naman ang meaning ng salvage sa American context. Pag salvage, ibig sabihin niligtas. Salvage, save. Dito sa Philippine context, ito yan, deprivation of life without due process. All right. Still, no, as important announcement, our enrollment for the Prof Ed and Gen Ed group is ongoing pa rin po. Just message our Facebook page na Study with Reg. All sessions mula session 1, pwede nyo pong panoorin. Iba po ang mga tanong doon sa ating private group, sa mga tanong dito sa ating YouTube channel. Okay, iba ang tanong doon at iba din dito. So if you want more supplementary materials that you can watch, you can take down notes, just message no sa ating Facebook page na Study with Reg. Limited slots na lang kasi mag-close na yung ating enrollment soon. Okay, number 21. The state retains certain inherent powers over its citizens. Which of the following inherent powers refer to the state obtaining funds from the citizens to fund the operations of the government? The state retains certain inherent powers over its citizens. Which of the following inherent powers refer to the state obtaining funds from the citizens to fund the operations of the government? Mga legit daw na anak ni Coach Emre. Ayan, 'wag daw magpapapukpok dito, social science po ito 'no, under social studies. So, mga social studies majors natin diyaan, kaway-kaway kayo. Topic niyo 'to. Sukstud ito. Of course, this is taxation. Taxation, 'di ba? Sabi dito, obtaining funds from the citizens to fund the operations ng government. Marami po tayong tax, no? Yung sweldo, may tax na 'yan. Nagtatrabaho ka, yung salary mo, may kaltas na 'yan. And that is tax. So, merong inherent powers ang state, marami. And generally, itong tatlo, ito lang yung commonly asked sa board exam. Police power, the power to enact laws, regulations to promote the general welfare, health, morals, safety, and well-being of the people. Pag sinabi po natin for the promotion ng general welfare, ng public, for safety ng public, lahat ng yan, police power. Halimbawa, nung COVID-19, so meron pong power ang state na mag-implement ng quarantine laws. Bawal lumabas, gano'n. Traffic regulations, building codes, dito din yan na belong. Taxation naman, the power to impose taxes for the support of the government and for public purposes. Income tax, value added tax, we have 12%, no, yung VAT. Real property tax, no, dami pang mga tax. We have eminent domain. Ito namang eminent domain, the power to take private property for public use upon payment of, anong meron? Just compensation. Yung private na property, gagawing public use, dapat may just compensation. Examples, we have road widening, no? Building of roads, yan, pangapaaralan, hospitals, and iba pa. That is eminent domain or expropriation. Next, number 22, before entering a major highway, a certain amount is paid depending on the kind of vehicle before, no, before being granted entry and use of the expressway. Ano tawag natin diyan? Mga major highway, mag-enter tayo, may babayaran tayo depending on the kind of vehicle na sinasakyan mo. This is correct. Toll fee, no? Toll fee. Meron tayong toll fee depending on the type of vehicle. Motorcycle, iba ang toll fee. Kung gaano kalaki, no, ang vehicle, magdedepende din sa kung ano ilan ang toll fee. Ayan. Number 23, which atmospheric layer contains most weather phenomena? Nakahinga na ang hindi mga social studies major. Kasi ang daming items 'no, social studies 'yun kanina. Social sciences. Ito science na, general science. Which atmospheric layer contains most weather phenomena? Pag weather, nasa troposphere. Pag weather, troposphere. Ano ba kaibahan ng weather and climate? Ang weather po, pabago-bago yan. Minuto or oras, nagbabago yan. Conditions of the atmosphere over a short period of time can change within minutes or hours. Pwede yang mabago. Sa Saturday, maulan. Kinabukasan, sobrang init. Yan, weather po yan. Ang climate, long term ito, long period of time and space. That's the average regional weather na pattern over decades, no? So talagang ano siya, long term talaga siya, no? Kasi dekada. How the atmosphere behaves over long period of time, that's the climate. Unlike sa weather, pabago-bago, ang climate, long term na siya na observation on the weather patterns. Sige. Ano ba yung mga layers of the atmosphere? Ito, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. Now, si troposphere, nandyan ang weather patterns. Diyan nangyayari, no? Lowest layer where weather happens, the temperature drops as altitude increases. 'Di ba? Pag paakyat ka ng paakyat sa bundok, no, mas lumalamig yung temperature. The temperature drops as altitude increases. Now, pag abot dito sa stratosphere, this is the second layer, and ang tandaan na po natin dito yung ozone. Ang ozone layer, nandyan sa stratosphere, it absorbs most of the UV from the sun. UV absorption. Mesosphere, kung yung nakikita nating meteor showers, mga meteors, dyan po yan nababurn up sa mesosphere. And it is generally considered the coldest layer ng ating atmosphere. Pagdating dito, si thermosphere, it is the hottest layer, very hot layer that contains the ionosphere, and that is mga highly charged na mga particles, and nandyan yung auroras. 'Di ba? Yung northern lights, yung southern lights, that's the auroras, thermosphere. And panghuli ang exosphere, the outermost boundary fading into space, satellites orbit here. Exosphere. And ano yung ating tandaan? Troposmite. Ano yung troposmite? Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, o lagyan mo ng ionosphere here kasi nandito siya, no, kay thermosphere, and thermosphere, and we have exosphere, troposmite, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, thermosphere, and the exosphere. Next, which instrument is used to measure atmospheric pressure? Which instrument is used to measure atmospheric pressure? That's letter C, barometer. Pag atmospheric pressure, the scientific instrument used in meteorology is barometer. Ma'am, ano ba ang meteorology? Ito, marami ang maliligwak commonly. Pag sinabing meteorology, ang sagot nila ay study of meteors, which is wrong. Wag na wag kang magsagot-sagot ng study of meteors, ha? Meteorology is the study of the atmospheric condition, and that includes the weather patterns, the study ng typhoon, ng hurricane, ng cyclone, lahat-lahat ng yan, ng climate, dyan na yan, mabalong sa meteorology. Hindi po meteors, hindi study of meteors, ha? Meteorology, the study of atmospheric condition. Next, number 25. Which weather instrument measures wind speed? Is it wind vane, rain gauge, hygrometer, or anemometer? Wind speed. Number 25. This is letter D, anemometer. Anemometer po. Alright, we have here anemometer. An instrument used to measure ang mga sagot ninyo divided. Marami din ang nag-letter C, which is ligwak. Si Teacher Chloe, natawa na lang, ligwak, ha, ha, ha. Sabi ni Ma'am Clint, meteoroid sa space, correct. Meteor sa atmosphere, correct. Meteorite sa ground. Yes. Tama po yan, Ma'am Clint. Correct po. Pag meteorite, nasa ground na. Pag meteor, nasa atmosphere. Kapag meteoroid, nasa space. Okay. Let's go here to the different instruments na ginagamit sa meteorology na field ng ginagamit ng meteorologist, no? Anemometer, it measures the wind speed. Thermometer naman po, it measures the temperature. Pag hygrometer, it measures the humidity. Ano ba yung humidity? That's the amount of the water vapor present in the air. O, yung wind vane, that is an instrument used to show the direction of the wind. Pag barometer kanina, air pressure. Pag rain gauge, that's an instrument used to measure the rain. Number 26, which weather phenomenon generally brings above normal rainfall to the Philippines? Sobrang cool dito sa page, no? Sabi ni Ma'am Winky. And manood, marami ka matututunan. Na-realize ko, dami ko pa pala dapat matutunan. Me too, sabi ni Teacher Jeho. Thank you po, teacher. Thank you for, also, appreciating the things na ginagawa ko dito. Number 26, this is letter A, La Nina. Sabi dito, brings above normal rainfall. La Nina. Kapag tag-ulan na, no? Yung tag-init, mainit, we have El Nino naman. So, ang El Nino and La Nina are Pacific Ocean climate patterns that affect weather globally. Si El Nino, no, warm water, weak na trade winds. Si La Nina po, malamig ang tubig, strong trade winds. So, maulan. Dito sa El Nino, mainit. Tumataas ang temperature. Okay. The Earth's revolution around the sun causes A. Ocean tides, B. Seasons, C. Moon phases, or D. Eclipses. Revolution, pag revolution, sabi ni Ma'am Chloe, na-recommend ng friend kong mataas rating si Ma'am Reg. Sarap sa ears ng boses. Yung boses talaga. 27. Marami ang B, meron ding A, meron ding C. Pag revolution, yung movement ng ating planet around the sun, yung orbit niya around the sun, that causes seasons. So, the revolution plus the tilt ng ating planet, which is 23.5 degrees. Tandaan natin, yan yung tilt ng ating planet, that causes seasons sa ating planeta. We have four main seasons, autumn or fall, summer, winter, and spring. 'Di ba? Ang ocean tides, dahil yan sa gravitational pull ng Earth and ng Moon. Ocean tides, may high tide, may low tide. Moon phases, magdidepende din no, sa location. Because the Moon is also revolving around our planet. No? Sa planet Earth. Ang eclipses has something to do with the position ng Sun, Earth, and Moon, or the Sun, Moon, and Earth. Okay, 28. Which unit is commonly used to express distances between stars? Thank you, teacher. Thank you po, no? Proven and tested daw si Ma'am Reg. Grabe yung mga comments ninyo. 28. Hindi po tayo gagamit ng kilometer. Mas lalong hindi meter. Distances between stars, kasi ang lalayo na niyan, sobrang layo na niyan. That is light year. Kasi ang astronomical unit, although ginagamit din ito ng mga astronomers, ang astronomical unit that is roughly 150 million kilometers, no? Kasi that is the distance between Earth and the Sun. So, pag sinabing distance ni Earth and ni Sun, that is 1 AU, 1 astronomical unit. Pero itong distances between stars, maglalayo na, sobrang layo na, light year po iyan. So, basically, ang light year ay measurement ng distance. Okay, 29. Which planet has the most prominent ring system? Prominent ring system. That's Saturn, of course. And tandaan nyo din po, teachers, ang Saturn, ang planet sa ating solar system na may pinakamaraming moons. So, siya ang Moon King. May pinakamaraming moons, si Saturn. Ang largest planet naman, si Jupiter. Largest, no? Largest. Nandyan din ang largest moon in the solar system na si Ganymede. Nasa Jupiter. And yung famous na Great Red Spot, nasa kay Jupiter din yan. Si Uranus, ang coldest planet. Si Neptune naman, nandyan sa kanya ang Great Dark Spot. Great Dark Spot. Neptune. And also the strongest wind system, no? Na nasa kay Neptune din. Etong mga apat na ito, Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune, ito yung mga tinatawag nating Jovian planets. Tandaan natin yan ha. Jovian planets. Yung apat na yan. Baka matanong kasi, which of the following is not a Jovian planet? So ang isagot mo, yung Mercury, Venus, Earth, or Mars. Kasi pag Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, terrestrial planets sila. Terrestrial planets. And ang apat na ito Uranus, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Jovian planets yan sila. Pero pag specific po yung tanong ng mga ice giants, Uranus and Neptune. Sila yung ice giants ha. Pag gaseous giants naman, gaseous giants, si Jupiter and si Saturn, gaseous giants. Ano naman yung red planet? Red. Si Mars, no? Ang smallest planet, si Mercury. Ano naman po ang dalawang planeta na walang moons? That's Mercury and Venus. Wala silang moons, no? How about the hottest planet? The hottest ay ang Venus. Si Venus po ang hottest. Saan po located ang main asteroid belt? Between anong dalawang planeta? Main asteroid belt. Main asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Okay, number 30. Which level of organization includes all living organisms interacting with their physical environment? Level of organization that includes all living organisms interacting with their physical environment. That is what we call ecosystem. Bakit? Kapag ecosystem, living plus non-living. Ito tandaan natin ha, pag yung mga living organisms plus the physical environment niya, ecosystem na po yan. Ang community, lahat ng living organisms lang. Walang sinasabing non-living things. Group of population lang siya pag community. Memorize the levels of biological organization. Mula sa cells, kasi ito yung basic unit of life, basic unit and structural unit, no, of life. Example here, nerve cell. Then group of cells, that's tissue. Group of similar cells working together. Yung epithelial tissue, no, sa skin natin. Organ, group of tissues po yan ang organ. That's a structure made of multiple tissues. Halimbawa, liver. Organ system, we have here group of organs naman po working together. We have digestive system, respiratory system, the nervous system, yung mga major system sa katawan natin. And then, an organism is an individual na living thing na merong different organ systems. And then a group of organism or a group of same na species, that is population. Individuals of the same species po living in an area, that is population. Yung population ng aso, aso lang. Population ng mga pusa lang. Hindi mo sila i-mix together. Kasi ibang species po sila. Pag iba't ibang populations na meron sa isang area, sa same area, that is community. Halimbawa, sa isang community, merong mga living things like mga trees, no? Nandiyan yung deer, nandiyan yung wolf, no? Nandiyan yung ano pang mga insekto. Ayan, community yan. And then ecosystem, living organisms and their non-living environment interacting as a system. So living things plus non-living things. And then panghuli, yung biosphere, this is the part of the earth where life exists that includes all ecosystems. Bio means life. Lahat no ng buhay, may buhay. Global level na siya. So it's the sphere of our planet that is part no ng earth natin where life exists. Alright, sige, that's it. Yan na, no? That's the last question for this episode. And not to worry, we will have Prof. Ed after this. We'll have, let's check, no, kung ilang items yun. Prof. Ed po tayo for next session. Episode 11 pa rin. Don't forget to follow our Facebook page, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Study with Reg. Bye-bye for now. I'll be back in a while for our Prof. Ed.